Dice of the Dead. Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Nimble tabletop RPG actual play podcast, playing Nimble, a fast tactical RPG designed by Evan Diaz.
Welcome back, everybody, to Dice of the Dead, where the dice decide who lives and who dies. And this is session number 4 of our Nimble campaign. Let me cue up the music, and we'll get right into it. So, last time, you enjoyed the Harvest Festival in the village of Merrivale. The festival that's famed throughout the land, that draws all sorts of people to the village, a day of fun and revelry. Except it was interrupted. You only got to partake in one of the events before things started to go rapidly downhill when an ancient evil began to stir, something slumbering in the lands under the village itself. And you were dispatched to the old mill to rescue the blacksmith's son, Remy Gunthal, who had been playing hide and seek with some other village children in the old mill, when strange Briarbane creatures emerged from the earth, dragged him onto the floorboards, and subsumed him within the forgotten tomb of a Burkle clan warlord, the leader of a clan of dwarves who, in ages past, during the times of the Old Empire, defended this land from the Dark Mother. You fought valiantly, resisted the impulse to leave as soon as you saw the pulsing mass of corpses, and managed to free Remy Gunthal from certain death. You had a safe rest, managed to recover, spending another night at the local inn as the village heroes, and we now resume our story early the next morning. You are assembled in front of Greenfield Provisions, a small, well-stocked shop run by Tom and Elena Gunthal that offers everyday essentials for adventurers, travellers, and farmers. You've been told to meet here by Captain Shortbow of the militia so that you can be thanked in person by the Gunthals and check in on Remy to see how he's doing after a night of well-deserved rest. And as you step in... Go ahead, Kronk.
No. I thought you expected us to do something. I didn't know you were still going. Continue.
No, I paused for a moment to see if you wanted to do anything.
Oh. Oh, well.
Bit sore to draw there, Liam.
Yeah, Kronk wants to go to the, is it the blacksmith?
Yep, you're about to see. Did you bring any presents? Did you bring any presents or gifts, or have you brought just Kronk himself as the gift?
Have I got anything I could give as... Well, no, there's no present. I want to make sure the boy's okay.
Yes. And so as you make your way up the stone steps towards the door of the provisioner's house, Captain Shortbow nods as a grim look on his face. "Morning," he says. "Now I've been standing..." He beams at you. A thankful look, a look of genuine gratitude on his face. And you notice in the early morning sunlight that he looks weathered as hell. "I've been standing a vigil all night," he says, wiping his brow. "To give Tom and Elena in there peace of mind. Now the boy seems to have pulled through the worst of it. Tossed and turned in his sleep, looks like it was some nightmares, but... Well, Father Brom says Father Bell says the wounds, don't seem to be that major. And both parents are very, very eager to see you. Offer their thanks in person. Aye, if you'd gotten there only a few minutes later, the Almighty knows what would have happened.
I'm so glad we could save him. And Kronk just has a little tear swelling up in his eye. Can Kronk go see him?
Aye, a big heart behind that rough exterior, eh? Says Captain Shortbow. Follow me then. They'll be happy to see you. He turns around and knocks on the door with a big fist. And after he only knocks twice, the door is flung open from the other side, and you see Tom and Elena Gunthor. Tom Gunthor is a halfling. His wife, a human at least twice his height, but despite these differences, they both have the same look on their face, the same look that's a cross between concern and gratitude. There are dried tear marks down their cheeks. It's clear they've been crying during the night. Oh, you're the heroes who rescued Remy, aren't you? Says Tom. He steps forwards, immediately thrusts out a hand to you, Kronk, to shake.
Present just one giant claw, and he just envelops most of his forearm. It's okay. I'm just glad he's safe. Is he safe? I want to make sure he's okay.
Halfling blacksmith, he doesn't resist. He embraces you, and you feel his gratitude radiating from him like warmth. While you're hugging him, his wife just nods. She gestures to the rest of you, and she says, "Oh, thank the Almighty you're able to get there when you did. Oh, we've warned the children so many times not to play in the old mill, but none of us had any idea there was anything like that underneath there."
Well, I think they're all gone now. I think it's safe, but I still wouldn't recommend the children play there.
Aye, says Captain Shortbow in agreement. I sent the militia boys there during the night to clear out anything that may have been left behind. They said the whole place is... Well, you did a good job cleaning it up, I'll say. They came back a bit shaken, had to poke around in the dark for a bit, but they didn't see anything under there that would pose a threat. Still, we didn't know there was a dwarven cairn under there, and I must say, I'm quite interested in learning more about what it's doing there and why whatever woke up there last night chose now to rear its ugly head.
Oh, I did have notes on this, but I can't find them.
Yeah, Cass is just gonna come out from behind Kong, just be like, I think that can be better off left alone. It's not the smartest idea. Maybe
I agree.
Blockade it up.
Yeah, I'll be posting Core and Sills. The two of them will be taking turns watching over it, make sure nobody goes in. Then I was thinking I might send Father Bell in there to make sure all the dead bodies are consecrated properly. But it's strange. You said there were no undead. You said the dwarves who are interred there appeared to be at rest.
For the most part.
And all this business with the Dark Mother, I spent most of the night poring over some of the books from Father Bell's library, but there's no mention of anything like that. I've heard of the Burko clans, but I didn't know they were active here, right under where our village is. But me bones feel like whatever happened last night's just the beginning, that things are going to get worse, and, well, I'll say, I'm thankful to the Almighty that we happen to have heroes such as yourselves here in town just as it's starting to go down.
Heroes. Right. Cass is gonna look. Is the kid, the one that came out pretty injured, is he still around at all?
As you look for him, the mother seems to read your mind. She smiles a broad smile and says, "Oh, would you like to see Remy? He's still in bed. He's a bit beaten up, a bit shaken. Thought he might want the day to rest in bed to shake the rest of it off, but well, he had a big breakfast this morning and he's very eager to see the heroes that saved him."
Grunk's eyes just light up, and you go, I want to see him. I want to see if Remy's okay.
You
I might be able to help him out.
deposit the halfling Tom back on the floor in front of you, and takes a second to straighten himself, and then he says, "Oh, well, come on. You can come and say hello to Remy. He can thank you himself." And the two lead you behind the counter, past rows of shelves of adventuring supplies and stacks of weapons and barrels of arrows and other things. And at the end of a hallway is a single wooden door. They push it open and lead you into a bedroom for the whole family. It's mostly taken up by a big double bed for the parents. But in the corner, there's a smaller single bed, and there, propped up on a stack of pillows, is Remy. His bruises and scuffs have been tended to. He's covered in bandages and wrappings, but you can still see him underneath. And as he sees you enter the room, particularly you, Kronk, his eyes light up. Colour instantly returns to his face. Thank you for saving me," he stammers, spitting it out before you have a chance to say or do anything.
I just look at him and go, Remy! You know, from one half of the room, you just start shaking the ground of the house, and I just pick him up and squeeze him and go, Remy, don't scare us or your parents like that again. You're a very precious boy, and you and your friends should never ever do that again. And he starts just babbling, just crying, getting really emotional. And after almost, bear hugging this small child, just trying not to crack his ribs, he just pops him up on Kronk's shoulder, going, "I'm so glad you're safe now, Remy." And I turn around, and both me and Remy are staring at everyone else. Giant, goofy grin on the face, but still like crying.
He winces a little bit as you hoist him up, but he soldiers on. He wraps his arms around your neck for support, and then he looks to the others and he says, "I knew I'd be saved. I knew I did. I heard there was heroes in town. I saw you wrangle the giant boars during the festival, and I knew if I ran into any trouble, you'd come and save me. And you know what? When I grow up, I'm going to adventure too. I'm going to learn the sword, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to save people just like you did." His two parents exchange looks of aghast concern.
Oh, you first.
No, go for it.
No, I was just going to walk up, put my hand probably around the kid's hand as he's like rapping on Kronk, and I'm just gonna give a level of heal as I just look at him in the eye and be like,
There's no real way to say this, but heroes aren't all they come up to be.
And I'm just going to hold it.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'll pop heal for, what's it, 1D? Was it 1D6? Only, yep, cool. Bob.
Go ahead and two. That, I mean, for a little child like him, that's most of his HP, I think. Go ahead and make me an influence check with advantage, please.
Alright, influence, that's D20.
Oh yeah.
We gotta have a new axe.
You
so
do.
with advantage, so that was 18 plus 5, so that's 23.
So instead of a D10, that's 2D6 now. Neat.
Correct. Instantly filled with vigor, he leaps off Kronk's shoulder and he runs straight across the room. He reaches under the bed and he pulls out a little wooden toy sword and he attacks an imaginary foe. And then he says, "Oh, mister, I'll train very hard. I'll make sure that I do it safely. Don't you worry. I won't be getting myself in trouble until I know I can handle it." His parents, now looking even more concerned, look over in your direction, and his father places a hand on his shoulder and says, "Lad, what the nice priest here is saying is that, well, to be an adventurer, it takes a long time, lots of study, lots of training, and, well, you have to eat your veggies, you have to do everything your parents say, do all your chores to grow up nice and big and strong."
And it
Kronk
helps if you're an idiot like a Kronk.
I was out of like Kronk kneels down towards Remy and for a sense of clarity and just going, now Remy, you got to listen. Real adventurers don't go out and look for trouble. They protect those they love the most.
He looks at you and with a big smile on his face, he says, "Well, I'll never go playing hide and seek in places I'm not allowed to ever again, but if anyone's ever in trouble and needs my help, well," he swings the toy sword through the air again, "I'll be there to help them, I will."
I don't doubt it, Remy. I don't doubt it at all. And I tussle his hair, like my hand just envelops this child's head.
While you're tussling his hair, he just looks over at Kale and he says, and you, Mr. Wildman, I saw you loose those arrows, and wow, I bet if you competed in the archery competition in next year's festival, you'd win. You'd beat everybody."
Yeah, but you gotta give other people a chance.
This seems to genuinely impress him. You see him ponder it for a minute, and then he seems to get it, and he says, "Oh, right, because a real hero makes sure that nobody thinks that he's better than them, right?"
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah.
He glances into the corner where the kobold version of Phelan is standing, and as she catches his gaze, she just pulls her head and retreats back into shadows. And wow, you can hide. I wish I could play hide and seek with you. I'd never find you. She says, hood still pulled over her face. "Well now," says Captain Shortbow, "I'm sure Remy's very happy to see you, but lad, you'd best get back into bed before you do yourself some more damage." And his parents drag him back to the bed, and as he protests, they tuck him back in. And then Captain Shortbow motions for you to follow him. Go ahead, Kronk.
Before I do it, I take one look at Remy. Then I turn around for a second and I very painfully yank out one of my scales. And then, well, after cleaning it off, I hand it to Remy because it's dragon scale. It's very tough. I hand it to him and say, "This will protect you."
They've tucked him into bed and he's grumbling, and then you present him this scale, and his eyes immediately light up again, and he takes it and he cuddles it in both arms, and he just says, "Oh, thank you, sir, thank you so much, I'll never let it go." And then he dives, pulls it under the covers with him, and just his parents smile, and
I'll
his mother thanks you.
I'll take a hit of HP for that.
Yeah, 1 point of damage, but it's worth it.
Yeah, I just look at kid and his parents are just like, "Live long, kiddo," and I'm gonna be the first out of the room.
Yeah.
Live long and prosper.
You follow Captain Shortboat back down the hallway, back into the main area of the shop, and he gestures towards a table in the corner, and there on the table, he's set up a map of the Valley of Hope, Merrivale right in the centre and everything around it. He's marked a couple of locations with X's, and he turns to you immediately. His face is gruff, again, businesslike. Well, now that that's taken care of, we need to get down to what's going to happen next, he says. Whatever happened last night was just the beginning. This village is under threat, whether it's from goblins or the land itself rebelling against us. We've got to get to the bottom of it. Find out what's causing it and put a stop to it before the people of this village have to suffer any more. You with me? No.
What the big
Had a
one
look.
said.
But more coherent.
Phelan just nods under her cloak. No. While you've been resting up, enjoying your hero's feast and your hero's rest, I've been thinking, I've been doing some research and trying to figure out what should be your next move. I recall when you got back from rescuing Moonblossom, and thank you again for that, the whole village is very thankful, you said you found a map in the goblin camp. Now I was studying that map, and I've got reason to believe it's pointing us towards the old coal mines up in the foothills here. He points to one of the X's on the map of the Valley of Hope. They've been abandoned for decades. Perfect place for a band of goblins to set up shop and remain undetected. Also, when you brought Remy back from the old mill, well, when Father Bell was treating him, he found these embedded in Remy's clothing. He reaches into a pouch on the chair next to the table, and he pulls out a handful of pitch black seeds. They look like small, perfectly round spheres of obsidian. Now, Father Bell didn't know what these were, but it's clear they're some sort of plant seeds. Now, there's a druid, goes by the name of Liriel Greenwhisper. She lives in her cabin about half a day's walk to the north of here, up in the foothills, about where the foothills start to give way to the Elderwild. And I was thinking it might be worth your time to pay her a visit. If this plant's something that came from the Elderwild, she might be able to tell us what they are, identify them from these seeds, and tell you how you can deal with them.
I do a nature craft, see if I recognise the plant seed.
You sure can.
Was a 16 plus a 20 dirty.
You take them into your hand and you examine them. They're perfectly smooth. They don't really feel like seeds to you, Kale, but they're almost got a sort of glassy texture, consistency to them. They remind you of marbles painted pitch black. But there are grooves
obsidian?
on the side. Or obsidian, yep. But there are grooves on the surface that kind of resemble wood grain that hint to you that they are indeed organic, they are indeed natural. But if this is a plant that exists within the Elderwild, you've never seen it. All you know is that it's no normal plant. You can also feel a very subtle sense of something magical emanating from the seeds. It's almost like they vibrate in your hand, and it reminds you of what you felt when you first arrived in the village and examined some of the overgrown crops.
Yep.
Whatever is tainting the land seems to emanate from these seeds.
Right.
So I've brought up a map of the Valley of Hope
Yeah.
for you, and I've
Shit,
marked
they
the
didn't even-
mine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
And Moonbow nods, and he says, well, that's more than we've been able to figure out. Of course, no one in this town knows the first thing about herbalism. That's why that's why I figured that Liriel may know more if you'd like to pay her a visit. But also, those goblins, the ones that are part of the main band, not just the war band you took down, must surely be in those abandoned mines planning another attack. We don't know when it will be, we don't know where it will be, but I doubt they'd take a defeat like that lying down. Now, you're the adventurers, not me. You're more experienced with this, and you've done more in the last few days than I could ever hope to do in my whole career as a captain of the militia. So leave it up to you to decide the best course of action. Tom and Remy, he gestures with his thumb to the door behind you, back in the bedroom, are prepared to outfit you for an expedition. Now, they can't give you anything for free, but they're willing to extend a very generous discount. So, when you've decided where your destination will be, make sure you go and knock on the door there, and I'm sure Tom will set you right with whatever you need.
I just look to the rest of the party and go, I think we should go to the abandoned mine, because I don't want to see the town be attacked by those filthy goblins again.
We need to kill every last one of them.
I think maybe we might want to go with the druid first.
What
We
about
seem to have reached an impasse.
So, which one did you say, Cass? Were you agreeing with Kronk?
I'm go for the mine. Cass is looking just very out of sorts. He's looks a bit more aggressive than he normally might be.
All right.
So at
Well-
the moment he's going for the mine.
Someone roll a d20 for me, and we'll use that to decide what Phelan would say.
No, since you're controlling Phelan, why don't you roll that d20?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to give you at least some agency.
Okay, Archer, go.
19.
Phelan looks at Kale and she says, there's something weird about those seeds. I've never seen anything like that, and I've seen plenty of shiny, spooky things. And
Likewise.
According to this map, the Druid's cottage is sort of on our way. I mean, we'd have to go out of our way a little bit, but we could probably do both. Oi, says Captain Shortbow. Of course, if you were to see Liriel, you'd have to go a bit out of your way to the northwest, then you'd have to cross the river to get to the mine. It might drag things out a bit, but you could certainly do it. Anyway, I'll leave you to decide what you'd like to do. I gotta go speak to Tom and Aelina about something. They'll be back out in a few mo just to set you up with whatever you need for your journey. Oh, and if you want to pay a visit to Father Bal, he's down at the shrine. And I think Moonblossom might have something to say to you too if you'd like to pay her a visit before you leave. He says.
Berry bottom! Yay!
He turns and heads back down the hallway, leaving you to decide your next course of action.
Alright, so we have reached an impasse. 2 people for the druids, 2 people for the abandoned mine.
Could split the party.
I don't recommend it, but it's possible.
I will arm wrestle you for it.
It is on the way. It's a little out of it, but
I'll do a pub quiz
It might
against
be
you
worth
for
it.
it, Kronk.
Cass sort of goes on to we'll go to the druid's cottage and then we'll go to the mine.
Phelan says, we could flip a coin. Of course, I might have grabbed one of my double-headed ones.
Oh, I have an ability for this.
Ooh.
I just realized one with the ancients. When faced with a decision about which direction or course of action to take, you call upon your ancestors to guide you to the most dangerous or challenging path.
Would you like
we
to
know what
use
that
that?
is.
I would like to use one with the ancients.
So you peer at this map that is laid down on the table. You place one hand over the druid's cottage, the other hand over the abandoned mine, and you close your eyes. And in your mind's eye, you see one of your ancestors, a dragonborn with scales of resplendent crimson, clutching an axe with a golden blade, carving hordes of goblins as he charges through underground passages. Not just goblins, but many other things too. Bugbears, giant spiders, and things with tentacles and arms in far greater number than any natural thing should have.
I'm sorry, I kind of just blacked out for a second. I'm so sorry.
The abandoned mine, I would say. You saw your ancestor with his resplendent red scales carving through the mines. Goblins, spiders,
carving through the
and
mines,
things
yeah.
even worse. Yep.
I think I just dissociated for a bit when you said abandoned mines. I'm so sorry.
That's alright.
I tried to talk to my ancestor, but because my ancestor's elegant, can speak coherent English. All they hear is
Yeah, he's not just shouting, "Die, stupid goblins!" He's cursing them in ancient, draconic, archaic yet eloquent.
So I pop back into reality. I look to the rest of the party. I really think we need to go to the abandoned mines first.
That settles it. We're going to the druid on the way.
I agree, says Phelan.
Yeah. Druids first.
Oh, okay. Well, we should probably get some supplies and see what they have for offer.
Yeah. So a destination is in mind. But to go to the druid's cottage and then the abandoned mine, you'll probably be out in the wilderness for at least a couple of days. So you should outfit yourselves. You're here in the blacksmith and provisioners. Is there anything in particular you'd like to get?
I want to sell my normal battle axe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll sell my mace as well.
Show the weapons to Tom, and he picks them up, holds them up against the light, comments on the fantastic craftsmanship, and the fact that the scuffs and bloodstains that are now caked into them seem to add to the weapon's charm. At least the people know they can do their job, eh? He says. And a bit of history means you can put the price up a bit, if you know what I mean.
The moment you say that, I quickly take the axe back, turn around, you see the axe in my arm moving a little bit, and then I turn around, present it to you, and there's just a crude spelling of "for Remy" on the axe blade. This is for when he gets older.
Oh, lad, you don't have to do that, says Tom. And he seems to be bowled over by the act of generosity. He says,
Well,
alright.
He wants
Tell
to
you
be a
what.
hero, and this will be the first step in his journey.
Well, I'll tell you what. For such a show of generosity, I can't take it off your hands for free. I'll give you a good price, and I'll throw in something extra. For you there, father. For your mace, I'm willing to offer 2 gold coins. For the axe, I'll offer 30.
Oh yeah. Kronk gives him his axe lickety split.
Make the exchange. The weapons are handed over, and gold is slid over the counter in return. Tom gestures to the shelves around him. Now, dig deep. You've got some money, and I'd like to do my very best to get it back from you. So, tell me what you need, and I'll tell you if we've got it in stock. Though, bear in mind, I've got pretty much anything any adventurer could want.
Have they got any of that, those dexterity potions that Kronk didn't randomly, but just drank without hesitation that first session?
A keen eye, he says. You're
And
in luck.
blacksmithy?
Yes, he is a blacksmithy. He gestures at the weapons and armors and shields, and he says, I smith all this myself, but I'm also the town's only provisioner. I've got contacts in all sorts of places, and, well, Liriel the druid sells some of her potions here every now and then, and you're lucky, I've still got a couple. And he reaches under the shelf and pulls out a tray containing various bottles of all different sizes and shapes and liquids of all different colours. You want one for your speed, you said, he mutters as he sorts through them. You hear the jingling of the glass, and he pulls out a single bottle. He says, aye, you're lucky, the last one I've got left. I'll sell you this one for 20. It's worth more than that, mind, but I'm giving you a generous discount on account of what you did for me son.
Kronk tries to haggle a little bit, see if he can get a health potion thrown in as well.
Make me an influence check, please, Kronk.
Oh, what's influence under?
Greedy little shit, aren't you?
Oh, will.
It's a straight influence with a 15.
15. Well, I suppose. You did save Remy, and if Captain Shortbow's to be believed, you're about to save the rest of us from something much worse. Sure, he says. He fishes another bottle out of the tray. One healing potion, and one dexterity potion, and I'll take 30 for both.
Oh, you done deal.
You hand him back the 30 gold coins that he just gave you.
Oh, I thought it was 20.
Yeah, he's put it up by 10. He's offering...
Motherfucker.
Yep.
And you walked right into it.
I did.
Yep.
It's
Yes,
a deal
he did.
well done, he says. Now, anything else?
Did I hand over my mace yet?
You did, yes, and you got the 2 gold coins.
Alright. I'm going to see, is there any long swords at all?
He gestures towards a fantastic blade up on the wall. He says, forge this one myself. My pride and joy, he says. For you, 50 gold.
Deal. I'll take that right off the rack.
Watches with pride as you lift it off.
So I'll give it a swing around, just check the balancing. Decent craftsmanship?
It's not the best sword you've ever seen, but the craftsmanship is serviceable. Oh, he's dropped out. He'll be back, though.
Oh, no.
While he swings that sword through the air, the shopkeep turns towards Kale. And you, man of the forest. Don't know if I have anything that'd tickle your fancy, but if you see anything, feel free to let me know.
You got anything good in the way of bows or arrows?
Bows? Perhaps not. Arrows? I think I got something. He rummages around under the counter, and eventually he returns, sliding a leather quiver across at you. At first, it seems to be an ordinary quiver of arrows, but as you take them into your hand, you notice that they're almost pulsing with static electricity. You can make me an insight or arcana check if you'd like to identify them. They were dropped off here a few months ago by a traveler. Said there was something magical about them, but I don't quite know what they do. Not much of an archer myself, he says.
That would be a 19 on my insight.
19 on your insight. You know what these are. Back when you were training, back when you were learning the bow, your trainer told you about these. Told you that if you ever found some, you should count yourself lucky, as you'd been granted a great boon. These are arrows of walloping. These otherwise ordinary-seeming arrows are enchanted with a powerful destructive force. When you strike a target with your bow, you may choose to use one of these arrows, and if you do, they must succeed on a dex save or fall prone. Every time you use an arrow of walloping, roll 1d6. A 1 or a 2 means you've run out of them for the rest of the encounter.
How much?
Oh, well, I don't rightly know, he says. Shall we say 100?
100 copper? Yeah, sure.
No, gold. I can sell you one arrow for 100 copper, but I suppose I'd probably like to keep the whole set. Not much use if they're selling them off one by one.
Should
Try
we
to haggle him down.
say 1 finger-sized gold ingot?
No need to haggle with that. As soon as you produce the ingot, he takes it, clutches it in both hands, and he says, "Oh, now that's a done deal, that is."
Perfect.
Anything else? He says. You're all set for potions, rations, camping equipment.
What
Probably.
if you go in the way of potions? I've got rations.
The halfling reaches for the tray of bottles that's in front of Kronk. He slides them across to you. No, I've got all kinds. If you want healing, I've got a few of those. I've got a couple of others. Some that make you smarter, some that make you stronger.
I just discreetly slide over a one to make you smarter to Kronk.
Ooh, what this?
Oh, that'll be...
I don't.
It's juice. Juice, Kronk. Juice.
No,
Yeah,
I
that'll
don't
be-
like. I don't like the color purple.
Drink up, lad, says the halfling. You won't regret it. It'll be 20 gold for that bottle, and if you're going for any potions of healing, there'll be 20 each. Though, if you're taking this one off me hand, and 'cause you gave me that gold ingot, I reckon I'd be happy to give you the potions of healing for 10 each.
What do you reckon, guys?
Well, I've got 1 health potion and 1 dex potion. I think I might be okay for the moment.
I have no healing potions.
So yeah, get some potions for yourself.
I can get 2 healing. Yeah.
2 healing potions. You make
Yeah.
the exchange, the halfling takes the money with glee, and may you not have to use them, he says. But on the other hand, if you do use them, you'd have to buy more. Now that's a moral conundrum if I ever thought of one.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Sebi, that's all good, Sebi. So I was just saying that the sword is not the best you've ever seen, but the craftsmanship is more than serviceable. He's not a master smith, but in a town like this, a village in the middle of nowhere, he has the right to call himself the best blacksmith for miles, and this sword will be more than enough to be a trusty companion.
Alright, perfect.
The halfling claps his hands together. Well, that's everything. Best of luck on your journey. I best get back to the wife and Remy. Make sure he's not straining himself. Now that he's seen his heroes and been given a reason to heal himself up, I've got to make extra sure that he stays in bed and doesn't try to play with that sword. He thanks you again, and then the little halfling takes a bow and exits. You turn and step out of the shop into the grey early morning light. The village has woken up. There's a few farmhands, a few townspeople going about their business, and as they see you emerge, they stop, nod their heads in greeting. A few of them wave. Is there anywhere you'd like to go?
I believe the fairy wanted to see us.
Yeah, the fairy, the priest, I'm pretty sure also want to see us.
What was that, Archie? You came out like a shopping market.
He's already chugging the potions.
I just said the fairy moon bottom in a Kronk accent.
Yeah, in a Kronk accent.
I believe that's called Kronkian. Thank you.
A short walk to the village square, and all of the stalls and attractions from yesterday's village are still there, half packed up, but mostly intact. The villagers don't seem to be putting much effort into taking the festival back down. They're working at, shall we say, a leisurely pace. But the tree itself stands alone. The villagers pass by, paying no attention to it. And so you approach. Do you approach together or one by one?
Oh, together.
I'm staying back for now.
Oh, okay. Well, Krunk rushes up to the tree. Fairy on bottom! You want to speak to me?
You don't see the fairy at first, but Kronk, then you reach out and you hug the trunk of the tree, and you hear a girlish giggle from somewhere within, and a voice calling you a big lunk.
Yeah, my mum used to call me that all the time. It rhymes with Krunk.
The fairy doesn't show herself. Indeed, she says nothing to you, Kronk. But you feel warmth emanating from the tree, and you're granted a boon by Fairy Blossom to help you on this expedition you're about to embark on. You're not quite sure what this boon does. When you choose to activate it, by affixing an image of Fairy Blossom of Moon Blossom in your mind's eye, the boon will activate.
Oh, random boon.
The voice inside your head tells you that if used when you are in grave danger, a blessing of the Almighty will confer you away to safety. But it doesn't describe exactly how.
So pretty much a escape rope.
Perhaps, or it could be something else. Ale, do you approach the tree?
Yeah, I do. And I take off one of my layers of like gilly sort of like, you know what, you know the way ghillie suits are made up of layers of like foliage looking stuff?
Yeah.
I take off one of those layers and just offer it to her as like a small offering of respect and hello.
You wait for Kronk to finally let go of the tree trunk, and then you lay down your offering. You hear the same girlish giggle Kronk did, and then you feel the tree's gratitude as the fairy, unseen, weaves a boon for you too. A voice in your head whispers, "May your eagle eyes protect us from danger. And your boon is that you receive a +1 to initiative
Ooh.
Ooh.
until the next time you return to town.
Very
Okay.
nice.
After Kale and Kronk have
Oh,
conferred with...
Question,
Go ahead,
Dale.
Kronk. Yeah.
How long do we have these boons for?
But they last until you return from... So whenever you're setting out, whether you go to the druid's cottage and the mines, or just one or the other, they will last until the next time you return to town. Basically,
Okay.
until you have a safe rest.
Okay.
So after Kale and Kronk have conferred with the fairy, Cass, you're the
do we
one
want to-
standing behind.
Oh, what about our kobold friend?
So you look for Phelan, but when you approach the tree, you notice she is nowhere to be found.
Noted.
And so
Alright.
you wait for Kale and Kronk to step away, and then once they're a fair distance away from you, walking back off into the town square, you approach the tree. What do you do?
Yeah. So I walk up to the tree and I put my gauntleted hand on the tree and I look, I'm like,
Before I go, I need some answers.
and I look around, make sure no one's really looking. And I'll just say,
A tiny head pokes out of a knot in the tree. It's Moon Blossom. She stares back at you. The Almighty is impressed with what you've done thus far. Please, if I can help you, if there are any answers, any wisdom I can provide, I would be happy to.
Answer me this then. What do you know of the Almighty bring people back from the dead?
Eyes widen for a moment. She pauses for a few seconds, considering what to say. And then she says, well, it's as the Almighty says. Live your life according to His will, and you're granted eternal rest in the realm of the Almighty. Live otherwise, and you're granted eternal torment. Returning from the dead itself? Well, I suppose that could be a blessing, or that could be a curse, depending on how you look at it. She giggles. Is there anything else? She says.
All right, I apologize. There, my
Did you mark die?
and so I'm just using 5G quickly to finish the combo.
It's good. It happens to the best of us. That could be a blessing or a curse, depending on how one looks at it, she says, giggling.
I look at her, it's like, a blessing, huh? Does this look like a blessing? And I'm gonna take the mask off.
Reach up. You slide the mask that you always wear off your face. The mask that no one would have seen you wear. For this mask magically replicates your face as it once was. And when the fairy sees what's underneath, you see her mouth drop open in a big O of shock. She raises a hand in a silent gasp. She simply whispers, "Oh dear, you poor thing," and then darts away back into the tree,
And at that point, I just like, answer me, damn it. And I'm just going to hit the tree once with a, my Withering Grasp, just out of reflex. And then I'm just, once I see that she's gone, I'm just like, put the mask back on and just walk away. It's like, guess that answers that.
And as you walk away, behind you, there's a spot on the tree trunk, a roughly fist-sized patch of grey, where you struck it. That will forever be there. And so, we move on. You decide it would be best to get on the road. Cass, do you really wish to see the priest after what's just happened? Cass convinces the other two of you that it's best to get going. He physically directs you away from the direction of the shrine. So, you pass the outlying farms and step once more into the unbroken wilderness of the Valley of Hope.
Let's go!
On to adventure. Apologise about that. He does want to do a scene with the priest, but we will save it for next time.
Oh no, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yes, just because
I don't need to do both.
I think you'd like to put your full attention into it. That's all, and
It's the internet, isn't it?
Exactly.
I'm gonna claw fucking ISP. I swear to God.
Oh, don't worry. It does that. Mine does that randomly. It's done it before when I've been running games. Thankfully, it's never happened with you guys.
It's like literally every.
Mine used to do it all the time up until I swapped to Aussie broadband.
Yeah,
that's
sometimes.
I think you're swapping. Actually, I'm currently with IONET, and it's an experience.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
it's
with
broadband, but
IONET. They were terrible. They used to be good, and then they got awful.
Yeah, telling me.
But don't worry, it happens to the best of us. As long as you can still hear us, that's all that matters.
Unless your name's M1.
Yes. You spend about an hour, 2 hours, travelling down the King's Reach, the long, winding highway that cuts through the valley. Eventually, you reach
Do
a
you
point
deliberately
which...
not say the long, winding road so I wouldn't break into song?
Yes, that's correct. Eventually, you reach a point where there's a stone way marker. It's here where Kale stops, looks up, examines the sky, and gets his bearings. And it's here where Kale tells you should get off the road and begin to head north through the foothills. Here, you'll find the druid's cottage. But knowing where the cottage is and finding it are two entirely different things. Kale, you've spent a fair bit of time in your youth plumbing these foothills, and you know that the Bramblecrag foothills are perhaps the most treacherous place in the Valley of Hope. It's not that they're dangerous per se, it's that there's so many variations in the elevation that it's very easy for landmarks to be missed. It's very easy to get lost, wander around for several days, and realise that you've gone far, far off course. So, Kale, I'd like you to go ahead and make me a survival or naturecraft check.
Can I help? Because I was thinking, I could use my crow shield.
Ah, yes. So you can go ahead and roll with advantage then, please, Kale.
Yeah. And it was Naturecraft or...
Nature... Well, I just checked. There's no survival in Nimble. I'm a bit D&D brained. Just nature.
No, I was wondering if you meant perception, but yeah, okay. Naturecraft will work.
Yep. We'll get to perception.
Oh, natural 20!
Hell yeah.
Natural 20. So I'll give you some extra information. So Kronk speaks the command word and a flock of crows emerges. They're suddenly perched on top of the stone way sign, covering it, blanking it in feathers and beaks and claws. Kronk barks the order, and his feathered friends disperse into the sky. You follow under the flock for a few minutes, watching them gather, watching the black cloud move across the sky. Kale stops every now and then to get his bearings and leads you through the crevices and the cliffs, up and down and around. And just as you're nearing where the druid's cottage should be, the crows in unison caw and flap down towards you. They engulf you, Kronk, landing, perching on your shoulders, on your head, on your neck, all around you. One of the crows pokes his head forward, sticking his beak in your ear, and lets out a soft caw. In your head, you hear, "She's under attack! A bear and plant things hiding, waiting to ambush."
There you go. Lead the way, crows. We have to help, and we need to not make sure anyone gets hurt. I've relayed the information to everyone else because, as far as I'm aware, I'm the only one that could speak to the crows. Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct.
So all the party hears is, or in Kronk terms, wait, no, I rescind that. That sounds so bad.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I'm not recording. I'm not going to use anything that you may say or do as a sound.
Anywho.
Sounds like a whale with an ice cream headache.
So Kronk relays the information. The druid is under attack. Kale, the druid's cottage should be over the next rise of the hill. Based on what you know, the cottage should be perched up on top of the elevation. You'll be ascending towards it. How would you guys like to approach?
I mean, I'd like to approach from the air, but that's not possible.
It might be for Kronk.
Yeah, I did it.
Trooper.
I mean, shall we do Operation Fly with the Valkyries again?
Super duper dragon trooper.
Yes. I'm going to commit various war crimes.
You hear
God damn it, Truffles.
you hear Phelan just sigh under her cloak, and you imagine she's rolling her eyes, imagining all the ways that this could go wrong. Do you issue
Yep,
the
I'm with Fred
order?
on that one.
I want to try and sneak.
I mean, you
Do a
can sneak.
sneaky-
Crunk can do Operation Dragon. Oh wait, I'm a Dragon Ball. I can rain fire. So Operation Nuke.
Yes, and then Kale and Cass and Phelan could sneak up unseen, perhaps.
Yeah, Kronk, be a distraction. We'll get something to play Wagner.
Yay! Oh, damn it!
Friends! Shouts Kronk, And before your eyes, the crows who are perched on him flap their wings, and just as they did in the Elderwild, lift him off the ground, struggling at first.
That's never not gonna be weird to watch.
Yes. Now Kronk's above you, a splotch of red against the blue sky, being lifted aloft by a black cloud. And as he's carried towards the cabin, the rest of you draw your weapons and carefully creep towards the hill. Kale and Cass, I'd like you both to make stealth checks for me, please.
Alright, I'm still trying to get my net to work, so would you be able to roll +1 stealth for me?
Sure, can do, and I can hear you very clearly, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Oh, nat 20 for you. Well done.
Nice.
I disappeared into another campaign.
19 for me.
The hills are easy to lose yourselves in.
I mean,
Towering-
yeah, it happens. They're alive with the sound of music. We know.
The towering cliffs and the shadows they cast conceal you, but you wouldn't have needed that, not when Kronk, who's lifted into the air above the cabin, catches the attention of the monsters beneath. Kronk, you look down and you see the cabin on top of the cliff, this small wooden log cabin. There's what appears to be a grizzly bear, its fur tinted a sickly green, covered in what looks like fungal overgrowths. Patches of moss rams its body against the wooden door, desperately trying to break in. And as the crows begin to lower you, the bear sniffs the air, sniffs your approach, raises its head and roars. And as it roars, the Briarbane seedlings hiding in the trees around the cabin emerge. Their bodies composed of twigs, bark, and leaves. They rush out of their hiding places, getting ready to attack, revealing themselves. Everyone, go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Roll properly, damn it. Thank you. Nat 20, thank you.
3 actions for Kronk. Well, and actually, no, Cass and Kale, you both get 3 actions as well, because you're hidden. I forgot.
Perfect.
Alright, so Kronk. As the crows let out an ear-splitting caw and drop you, and you land with a thump on the dirt trail leading up to the cabin, what do you do?
Well, I would like to spend my first action to... Yes, rage, please. So that, at this level, is it 2 Fury Die or just 1? Still 1,
You
isn't it?
still roll the 1 for now, but you'll get more eventually.
Ooh, that's a 4 on the Fury Die. Fuck yeah. Okay, so... Krunk is currently raging. He is going to run over here for his second action. Actually,
Yep.
no, over here. And he's going to unload his Dragon Breath onto F and E.
Yeah, you rush towards a nearby tree, swinging your axe and roaring at the same time. Go ahead and make your axe attack against Seedling F, and then we'll do your breath attack. Because remember, you have to attack first.
Oh,
Trigger
yeah.
it.
So that's 1 and a 2 with a 4 on the rage. So 3, 8 plus 10.
10 points of damage. The axe slices at the creature, searing away some of the bark that serves as its natural armor. It flails, but is still up. Then you roar and unleash a plume of flame. Go ahead and... that deal... What is your level?
Level 2, yes.
Yep. So that is 2 points of damage to the seedling and 2 more to the one behind it. The one in front of you catches a flame, and as it rushes towards you, it's burnt to a cinder before your eyes. The one behind it scorched, but still charging towards you. And that's Kronk's turn done. Kale, you're up next.
I draw one of my fancy new arrows of walloping, and after I move to here,
Yep.
I take
Ascending the
aim
hill.
at the corrupted bear
Yep.
and loose the arrow.
Go ahead.
And I just roll for damage, don't I?
Excuse
Yeah,
me. Yes,
it's
you
not-
do.
It's not roll to hit like D&D.
No,
or
no
anything else.
rolling to hit in Nimble. You
Sorry,
just
we
roll the
did-
damage.
We did D&D yesterday.
Yes, I know.
I rolled a good 6.
A good 6. And you're using one of your
Good six.
arrows of walloping?
I'm using an arrow of walloping.
As the arrow sails through the air, it makes a rattling sound behind it. It hits the bear as the bear slams its body into the door right in the side between two of its ribs. It roars in pain and it's going to make a save. Unfortunately, it staggers but doesn't fall prone, but you were nearly there. What would you like to do? Go ahead and roll the d6, by the way, to make sure you didn't run out.
Oh yeah. I rolled a 3, so I've still got some.
Still plenty left.
Yeah, still got a few. Is this a little tree stump?
Yes it is.
Yes.
I hide behind it.
Yep, you rush to the tree stump, and are you going to try to actively hide?
I'm
vanish
going to
from
try
view?
and actively hide and vanish from view.
Yep, you disengage, ducking behind a tree stump. Go ahead, make me a stealth check, please.
19.
19. The bear is still roiling from the hit. It doesn't manage to notice you as you duck away. And Cass, you're up next.
Just in time, my net just came back online.
Hooray!
Finally, let's see how long it lasts. All right.
Must be
I'm-
rejoicing.
Yes. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Where am I in here? Right. Yes. There's-
Yep, down
Alright,
at the
it's gonna
bottom of
take
the
me-
hill.
All right. It's gonna take me 2 movements to get into combat. All right. These guys are up in trees, right? Or have they jumped
They're
down?
on the. They've jumped down. As soon as they saw Kronk being dropped in, they jumped down. Otherwise, they were going to ambush you.
Gotcha. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's gonna take me 2 movements to get into either. All right, we are going to screw it. We are going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's one lot of movement, and then there. Yeah, all right. We're going to do entice on the bear.
Yep.
So that will be a d4. Never mind, that is a
point of
1.
Damage. You wave
Ooh,
your
I
hand
think
and the
that's a
spell.
miss, isn't it?
It is a miss, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The spell is flung through the air, and the bear rams his body against the door of the cabin just at the last second, and the spell strikes the patch of dirt where he was a fraction of a second ago.
Damn it.
Better luck
Instead,
next
then,
time.
Yep. Next time is now. Hang on, 1, 2, 3.
Yep,
Yep,
try
he is
again.
number 4. We are going to use rebuke instead.
Go ahead, but make sure to roll with disadvantage, as it is a second attack.
Difference is, it cannot miss. So
That's true.
yeah. So is it still disadvantage? But then the 1 just counts as 1 damage.
Yeah,
or-
the one would just count as 1 damage.
Gotcha. All right. We got
Ooh.
4.
That's 4 damage. Very nice.
Yes.
You bark the Almighty's name, brandish your holy symbol, and a bear roar cuts the air, catches the bear off guard. It's flung back by an unseen force and falls to the ground in a crumpled heap, but then quickly rises again, roaring in pain. And that's Cass's turn. Phelan's next. She rushes, scrambles up a nearby cliff, and hidden out of view, fishes out her dagger and hurls it, burying it in what passes for Briarbane Seedling's face. It goes down.
You! Brute! Get out of here!
A voice cuts the air. You chance a glance towards the cabin, and there, on the other side of a dusty glass window, you catch sight of Liriel Greenwhisper, the elf with long, flowing, auburn hair. As she prepares a spell, magic glimmers in her hand, and she snaps her fingers, sending a gust of wind out of the window towards the bear, which unfortunately misses.
Out! Out! You there! Help me! Get it out of here! Get rid of this brute!
And then we go to our enemies. The bear roars. It charges forwards between Cass and Kronk, and with its first attack, it flails its claws in Cass's direction. Cass, that will be 5 points of damage to you.
Gotcha. Take it on the chin.
And the second rend, it bats a large paw towards you, Kronk, and that's going to be 10 points of damage.
I would like to block it with one of my actions. So that's I block it with my armor, don't I? With which would be 3.
Yep. So you subtract and it becomes 7 damage.
Alright, hold on. Let me calculate it because I'm horrible at maths. 21 minus. Yep. Or good and gracious.
The Briarbane seedlings' bodies quiver, and there's a loud series of pops as they each shoot perfectly round brown seeds through the air like bullets. 2 of them firing at Cass, the other 2 firing at Kronk. Cass, Briarbane Seedling C fires a seed at you for 5 points of damage.
Yep, I'll take that on the chin.
Briarbane Seedling D looses a seed, and you take 12 points of damage from this one.
Jesus. Yep, I'll take down the chin.
Jesus.
And then Briarbane Seedlings A and B each loose their own seeds, and Kronk, the first seed strikes you for 9 damage.
Yeah, I'll take that.
The second seed whizzes past your head, missing its target. And then, Kronk, you're up.
Alright, that activates Intensifying Fury. If I'm raging, I get, at the beginning of my turn, I get another Fury dice.
Sure do. Now you got 2 of them.
3. So first, for the first action, I would like to drink one of my health potions.
Go ahead. 2d4 plus 2, that'll be?
2d4 plus 2. Okay, hold on. Let me write down. This is 3 and a 4, my Fury. 3, 4. 2d4, that is a 1, and so 2d4 plus what?
Plus 2.
Okay, so alright, so I'm at 20. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so I would like very much to hurt the corrupt bear.
Go ahead.
With one of them is a crit.
One of them is a crit.
And the second is a 1, so just adding up first off, so that's 6.
Well, so the axe deals how many dice of damage?
The axe is 2d6.
Yes, so for it to be a crit, they both need to roll 6.
Oh, okay.
However, if you're using your new axe, I believe, as an action, you can have against a plant-based enemy, you can make it do max damage, but it won't be a crit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I forgot it was plant-based. So okay, so that is 12
Edge plus your raging.
12, 13, no, 15, 19, 21 points of damage. God damn.
Ooh, very nice. The axe thirsts for the sap of whatever plant has taken hold of this bear, and as it strikes it, it cleaves the moss and fungus away. The bear screams, roars, its eyes flickering green with whatever force has taken over it. But it's still somehow up.
I would like to attack it again, so disadvantage.
Go ahead.
So.
Disadvantage this time.
Alright, so that's a 4 and a 1. And and a 1 and a 1. So miss.
Unfortunately, it misses. Yep, but that's still decent damage you did. You raise your axe and prepare to strike back, but the bear ducks and your axe cuts the air above its head. Good job, though, Kronk.
Yeah, god damn.
Let's go to Kale next.
Question, is this ability once per long rest?
No, it's
Yeah.
just once per round.
Oh, sick.
Yep.
I
All right,
take
Arrow
aim.
Man.
Yeah, I take aim with.
Remember, roll with advantage because you're hidden.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where to aim at first. I take aim
Yes.
at Briarbane Seedling D with one of the arrows of walloping.
Yep.
Hit it for 5. That wasn't with advantage, that was just single roll. Yeah, no, I hit it for 5. I rolled 2 5s, so it's 5.
Yep. The arrow slams into the bark, and you see the arrow clatter off, hitting the ground, but the force of the impact knocks the seedling off its feet, and it's now prone.
And I've still got some left. So I'm going to take aim and Hunter's Mark, Briarbane Seedling C, and then shoot it with an arrow of walloping.
Yeah.
And it hits for 6.
The arrow shreds some of the bark, clatters to the ground, and just like the seedling in front of it, the creature goes sprawling, knocked off its feet.
I still have some left. I rolled a 3. And that's the
Then
end of my
it's-
turn.
Then it's Cass's turn.
Okay. Cass is not looking good, but he's in a very dark spot right now. He is not really protecting himself. So he's first just going to immediately try and land a punch on the bear with his Withering Touch.
Yep.
So that'll be D12. Oh, only a 2,
Oh.
but he is now undead.
You are lucky, though, because it had 2 HP left after Kronk's vicious assault.
Oh, shit!
Oh,
And
okay
so-
then.
Seeing red, wiping the blood off your face, you just walk forwards and slap your palm on the side of its body, and it lets out a gasp and falls to the ground dead.
Teamwork. First try.
Alright, then, as I look down, like, okay then. I'm going to. Which ones are prone? Is it D and C?
Yep, C and D.
Alright,
Which means any attacks against them will be with advantage.
Okay, so.
Or in your case, normal, because you've already...
Alright, I'm going to use my second action to move over there, and my third, I am going to pull out the longsword and thrust downwards.
Go ahead, roll.
Alright, D8. Alright, oh, hang on. Yeah, straight roll. So 5 plus strength, is it? Yep, so
Yep.
7.
There's a throbbing mass of green growth where its head should be. And you just step over and whoosh, slice it off. The creature withers and dies, turning into ash before your eyes. Well done, Cass.
One down, one to go.
It's Phelan's turn. She rushes up to where Kronk is, whips out her dagger, and rolling with advantage, hurls it towards Briarbane's seedling D, pinning it to the earth, killing it.
Hey.
You've done good, love, have this! Shouts Liriel Greenwhisper. She flicks her fingers towards you, Cass, and heals you for 8 hit points.
Oh shit, okay.
Then Briarbane seedlings A and B rush forwards. 2 loud pops cut the air. One of them towards Kronk. So Kronk, that will be 8 points of damage.
I will sacrifice one of my fury dice to negate 4 of that damage.
It hits your chest and boom, bounces off, but leaves a nasty bruise. And Seedling A fires its seed towards Kale, but he's in cover, so it's going to roll with disadvantage. Kale, that's going to be 4 points of damage to you. And then we go back to Kronk.
Awesome. Fury dice, that is a 2, better than nothing. Kronk's just... Right here. Can I reach both of these from where I am, or do it? Oh no, I can
Yeah,
just go
you can
here.
get to
Never mind.
both.
Yep.
Yep. Between them.
And I would like to use Hugh's action.
Yep, to make it max damage.
Yep, for so 12, 14, 16, 18 damage on Briarbane B.
You swing Hugh forwards and he cuts Briarbane's seedling B to matchwood.
And I would like because technically I didn't attack. Am I still rolling with disadvantage or just doing a normal attack?
It is still disadvantage. It is still an attack.
Okay. That's 1 and a 2. Alright, so a 1 and a 2. Because if one of them was a 1, is that a miss?
It would have missed. Yep, but it did hit, so that's going to be 3 points of damage. The axe grazes the creature's body, smashing some of the bark off, but it doesn't seem to have done much damage.
So, question with the 2d6s. Do they both have to be a 1 to be a miss, or only one of the dice has to be a 1? Okay.
No, they both have to be 1. So that did hit. Didn't do much damage, but it still hit. That's your turn done.
That should have been more damage because I needed to add my strength and my fury
yes,
dice
go
to
ahead.
that.
Yep, go ahead.
So that was 3, 8, 10, 12 damage.
Yep. The axe swings forward, slices one of its arms off, but the creature is still staggering around. And Cass, as it recoils from Kronk's blow, can you finish it off?
Ooh, who knows?
You can do this, Cass. Come on, more energy.
Well, yes, definitely. Is it currently? It's just upright, perfectly fine.
Yep, it's upright. It's not prone.
My turn next.
Yeah.
I sometimes mix it up.
Yeah. I mean, if Kel wants to take it out,
No,
out.
no, go for it.
Yep.
You sure?
Yeah.
Alright,
No,
alright,
after
problem.
you.
After you. Alright, we'll just I'll just run up, basically crash tackle into it, a wither and a blade. So let's see if the wither takes it out first. Oh my god, what is it with me and twos today?
Oh, some of the bark just peels away and the creature squirms but continues staggering towards you.
And in the same breath, I have the sword thrust into it. Well, hopefully. 2d8. Right, so 8.
Ooh.
6 damage.
Shing! The sword pierces the bark, sap sprays forwards in a yellow fountain, and it dies pathetically. Well done, guys.
That wasn't too difficult.
You did it! Good on yous, love! Says Liriel, and then with exhaustion she slumps against the window and you just see her slide out of view as she faints.
I'm coming, friend. Coming in the door. Are you okay? Are you okay? I go to pick her up and hoist her on my shoulder.
Yep, Kronk just kicks the door, it bursts open, run into the sparsely furnished cabin, and there's Liriel, the elf, cowering under the window, breathing heavily. She seems to be wounded, her green cloak stained red with blood. Oh, if you didn't come when you did. Oh, don't know what's going on. The animals are going crazy. The earth's rebelling. Oh, if only the rest of the circle, if only the Archdruid were still alive, he could purify it. Oh.
Cass, and I can't fucking word. I am embodying Kronk tonight. Holy shit.
Ale, I believe.
Yeah. Cass, Kale, I think you better make some more sense of this, because Kronk has no idea about nature.
Do you see, as soon as she sees Kale enter, her eyes glimmer with recognition. Kale, who trained you in the ways of woodcraft?
I'm just gonna pop a couple of my matter to heal while we're waiting.
Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, I was totally muted.
That's all good.
Who trained me in woodcraft?
Yeah. Who?
The animals in the wood that did not murder me.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if it was a human or if you were indeed raised by wolves, which is the case. She recognizes you. You've never seen this woman. You've never seen this druid before. But she knows who you are. She breathes your name. Kale Ghost Arrow. Raised by Bruin in the pack.
Yes?
Child of the forest. Oh, the forest must be smiling on me this day. Come closer, doll. She beckons you as Cass, you reached it. And Cass, I believe you were healing her wounds, or were you doing that for yourself?
I did two for me. I'm going to also just reach out and heal her as well. Like after I've done mine, I'm reaching out. I'm going to pop another mana to heal her as well.
Yep. She breathes in and out.
8 HP back.
And as you lay your hands on her, her wounds seem to heal, the blood staining her cloak seems to dry, turns into stains rather than her actively bleeding. Her laboured breathing slows, becomes calmer. She gives you a silent look of thanks. And then as you draw closer to her, Kale, she looks you in the eyes. She reaches out a hand to place it on your shoulder. Do you let her?
I do.
Her hands grip your shoulder. You feel a strange sensation, tingling, almost like burning. It starts where her fingers are and then spreads down your arm to your fingertips, and then from there to the rest of your body, down your torso, down to your extremities.
What's going on?
Blessing! The blessing of the forest, she whispers. The land, tainted. Whatever is awakening is taking control of the animals, turning them savage.
They fight against us, against the protectors of the land. With that blessing, you can enter the grove, enter the tomb of the Archdruid in the hills. Put him to rest. Take his amulet, bring it back to me, and we can consecrate the land.
Wait, what?
Before you arrived, she whispers, I felt it. Last night, the land itself groaned in pain, and I felt something awaken. Something that means this land great harm. The animals in the forest, they went quiet, and then when I heard them again, they were screaming in agony. That bear, she peers out the window at the bear lying crumpled dead in the dirt. Driven to madness. Whatever awakened has taken hold of it. The enchantments that our circle laid eons ago weakened, fractured. And I'm the last one left. I must perform the ritual, but... She gasps again. I am forbidden from entering the tomb.
Alright, you need the Archdruid's pendant.
Yes.
Is his tomb in the old mine, by any chance?
She shakes her head. In the hills, to the north, not far from here. He was laid to rest with it. The amulet should be decorating his sarcophagus. With my blessing, you should be able to take it.
Okay.
The Archdruid's spirit will understand. His will is carried within the amulet. If you bring it back here...
Can I do a history check or an insight check to see if I understand what she's talking about?
Yeah, you can do either an insight or a nature craft check if you like.
Alright, cool. $16 on naturecraft.
The woman is obviously distraught. She's healed from Cass's spell, but she's still in shock.
Yeah.
And she's babbling words in a disconnected, almost rambling way. You can make a little sense of what she's saying. You were aware that there were druids that once called themselves the custodians of the Elderwild and the foothills surrounding it, but in your life, Kale, you've never seen any of them. If she is indeed one, she would be the first. The forest itself once told you that the circle had died long ago, but that in death, they still watched over the forest and its inhabitants. Her talk about enchantments, about the pendant, the knowledge that there's even a tomb close to here, that's all news to you.
Okay. I explain that and relay the information to the rest of the party. And I look visibly torn because on the one hand, I want to save the druid lady and make her feel better, but on the other hand, we've got to go to the old mines, and now we're just stacking up more and more shit that we need to do.
We can't escape fucking tombs, can we?
Aelin steps forwards. We have to go to the mines to save the village of Merrivale from goblins. If we do this for you, what would you give us in return?
Can you heal us?
Liriel stares at the kobold, aghast at first. Then she peers over at you, Kronk. Take my hand, Dragonborn.
Okay.
She takes your hand in hers.
In his brain, he just does it.
She takes your hand in hers, clasps her fingers tight around yours, and whispers something under her breath. She speaks the ancient language of the forest, and each of you may roll a hit dice for free right now to heal.
Swick.
It does not count towards your hit dice total.
2d12. Where's my d12? Is there a d12?
Wait, was that for everyone?
Yep. She's giving you some healing as Kronk requested and as Phelan demanded something in return.
3 and 10, 13. Okay, I did better than a kick in the pants.
Spend a few minutes tending to your wounds, helping her back to her feet. Eventually, she makes her way to the little wooden table in the center of the cabin, pulls out a chair and slumps into it. There! I've expended the last of my magical energy to heal you, she says. Now, you are heading to the abandoned mines. She turns towards you, Kale. Why? When the land itself screams, when the land itself begs for somebody to save it.
Yeah, Kale.
Oh, you're speaking language.
I'm gonna go back to the pack guy. Life was a lot less complicated with the wolves.
I look to Greenwhisper and go, we're here to protect everything. We don't want any harm to come to the land or the people. But we did get charged by the people and Princess Fairy Longbottom to get rid of the goblins. And if you think about it, the goblins
I
are
just
the
put a hand on Kronk's shoulder and sit across from the druid and explain that we've been tasked by the village and the fairy using her real name, Moonblossom. Not Moonbottom.
Make me...
That we've been asked to investigate the old mines and rout it of goblins.
Make
And
me
also-
an influence check. Go ahead, Kronk.
I was about to say goblins and, well, any type of greenskins are like terrible to the land as well, so it kind of goes hand in hand with what she's asking.
Yeah, okay, so Kale, make an influence check with advantage, please, because Kronk made a good point.
You're welcome. I'm so
Natural
dumb
20.
at some, smart some. Oh!
Fucking A.
Natural
The
20.
druid sighs, she brushes a lock of auburn hair out of her face, and she peers deep into your eyes, Kale. Those green, almost amber-coloured eyes that make you think of the Elderwild itself. It's as if the forest speaks through this woman when she opens her mouth. And she says, "It's all connected, don't you see? An ancient evil that rests beneath this land is awakening. The goblins serve this ancient evil. They seek to awaken it, to foist it upon this valley and all who reside within it. They serve a secret master who has sold his soul to this evil. It is no coincidence that the goblins attack, and the awakening of the Briar Banes has happened at the same time. Just as they would have spread their seeds in the earth, seeds of evil. And to
I
prevent
spread
those
out a
seeds
map
from...
on the table and just, as I respectfully cut her off, and just say, "Where's the tomb?"
I'll bring up a map
Like,
of the
point it out
valley.
on the map.
She points further north into the Bramblecrag foothills. It's about equidistant from here as the abandoned mine is. Half a day, no more, she says.
I mean,
The
we could
seeds
go
of evil
to
have already been planted, and the land must be consecrated once more. The enchantments must be renewed, or the seeds will sprout, and then the goblins will be the least of anyone's problem.
The goblins were like ready to most likely attack the village as well, so fuck.
Yeah, but if it's all connected, if we did the Tomb of the Archdruid and then went to the mine, we might have an easier time at the mine if everything's cut off from this weird power that's controlling it all. If we can do the stuff at the Archdruid, come back, give her the things, and then fuck off to the mine and back to the village.
And you, as a child of the forest, she says, still peering into your eyes, Kale, if you would help me with this, I will reward you in kind. I will reward you with the knowledge of the circle. I will teach you our ways so that you may call upon the energy of the forest to cast spells. Or I will grant you a treasure passed down through generations of the circle. You'll be able to choose one or the other.
Coin flip. I think I can hear the gears turning.
I want to do it, but it's trying to convince the rest of the party to do it.
Look, you don't need to convince Phelan. You look over at the kobold and her eyes are gleaming at the mention of treasure.
She doesn't get any, no. Naughty thief.
No. I suppose you might have tried to convince the big hulking dumbass who swore to protect the village.
I mean, come on. Gotta keep the pretty lady safe.
Where's pretty lady? There's a pretty lady here. There's a pretty lady back there. There's a pretty
All
lady
of them.
couple right here.
All of them, Kronk, all of them.
We have to save all the pretty ladies.
I fucking can't.
Can someone in chat please clip that? No, I'm with you, Archer. We should go to the tomb.
Yeah. Why the fuck it? Why not? Wood's haunted. What's another tomb between friends?
She looks over at you, Cass. She sees your holy symbol emblazoned on what you're wearing. And she says, and you, son of the Almighty, the druids laid to rest in the tomb may be disturbed. They may know that their enchantment is broken, may sense the taint of the land. They may need somebody to guide them back to peaceful rest.
Son of the Almighty, huh? And I sort of just leaned down into it like, well, me and Dad aren't exactly on speaking terms, but...
Nani?
I'll try my best.
As you lean towards her, it's almost imperceptible, but you can swear you see her shudder. But then she composes herself. Feel free to tend to your wounds. My supplies are in... She points to a cupboard on the other side of the cabin. There, next to the bed. I've got some bandages and dressings. I'll be out there digging a wound for that poor bear, laying it to rest. You may leave when you're ready. I'll prepare for the ritual. We'll begin as soon as you return. She makes her way to the door, pushes it open, and steps outside. So I've already given you a free hit die to heal, but before you leave, you are welcome to take a short rest and roll any more hit dice.
I wasn't injured in the first place. I'm good.
Thanks to that, I healed one more than I was meant to.
Lovely. What about you, Cass?
I'm only 1 HP off max. I'm just gonna keep it there.
Yeah. So you
I'm
spend
just
a
gonna
few
just
minutes.
sit outside and think.
Yeah, Cass retires outside to think. Kale and Kronk check their equipment, make sure it's ready, and then a few minutes later you're stepping once more out of the cabin. Down at the bottom of the hill you see the druid crouched over the dead bear, silently praying, her hands clasped together. Take one more glance at her and then turn and hike further up the hill towards the tomb of the Archdruid. Kale, go ahead and make a naturecraft check for me, please.
Alright. That's a 22.
22.
Hey.
As you leave the cabin behind, the hills grow more treacherous, more overgrown. It's almost like the hills are a giant set of tree roots twisting and curving, crisscrossing over each other. You duck under alcoves, cross through narrow tunnels, walk up and down and around once more. But Kale, it's almost as if the land itself is guiding you. You've never been here, didn't even know there was a tomb in this area. But every time you stop to check where the party is, every time you try to get your bearings, you seem to instinctively know where to go next. And it's only a few hours later, when the sky above is tinted by the first hints of sunset, that you crest a hill and find a great stone door carved into a cliff face. As you approach, it seems to sense the blessing of the druids that you carry, and with a great shudder, the doors slowly open, admitting you to the tomb of the Archdruid within.
Can I want to use this point to drink my dex potion, please?
Yes, go ahead. You uncork it and it tastes different to the one that you found in the Elderwild. This one doesn't taste like cat pee, this one tastes like blackcurrant.
Yeah.
But as soon as you swallow it, it tastes purple. You feel nimbler, pardon the pun. Vigor fills your body. Then you jog after the others as they step through the stone archway.
So is this a normal one that gives +2 to dex, or a slightly less one?
Gives +1 to dex.
Okay.
Until you make camp or take a safe rest.
Easy done.
On the other side of the stone archway is the first chamber of the tomb. Despite its obvious age, it's in surprisingly good condition. The masonry painted in an array of whites, creams and yellows, images of druids, animals, and other icons of nature emblazoned on the walls. The paint still as bright as the day it was placed there. The walls at the tops, at the edges, are crumbled slightly. Large tree roots and branches and vines have made their way in from outside, crisscrossing along the floors and walls. Sunlight billows in through cracks in the stone roof. Kale, you're ahead of everyone else. You can go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
It is... what do I add for perception? 2? That's a 13.
13. You pause just in the atrium of the first chamber as you notice in front of you that the stone tiles seem to be disturbed. They seem to be moving, slowly rising and falling, as if the ground itself is breathing. As if something large and long is burrowing through the earth underneath, subtly pushing the tiles with its passage.
Yep. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't like this. No.
Nope. I've seen Dune. I've seen what those worms can do.
So we walk in a erratic pattern.
Now's your time to shine, wild man.
I just give Kale a tap on the back and give him true strike.
In case he needs it.
Yep.
Let's go!
No, shine!
Ah.
Dumbass.
Do you want to try to stop him, or?
Yes.
Yep. So Kronk goes to...
I'm helping.
Yeah, so the Cass and Kale immediately reach forward, grab Kronk and pull him back into the atrium.
No.
But we have to go and do rescue things and rescue the pretty ladies.
Your tits, big boy.
But I don't have tits.
I'm watching these tiles move. And
Yep.
I knock an arrow and draw it back and aim ahead of it, tracking.
Yep.
And fire an arrow of walloping into the tile directly ahead of where it's going to be.
Yeah. Make
To try
me
and knock it off course.
Make me a finesse roll, please.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The arrow sails through the air, hits a tile in the corner to the upper right of where you're standing, and as the arrow hits the ground with a sickening roar, the tiles burst open and thorny vines break through, immediately gnashing in the direction of where the arrow landed. Do you take this chance to make a break for it, to run as fast as you can, dodging and weaving around them, breaking into the next room?
You know what? I do.
Alright, I'd like everybody to go ahead and make me a straight dex roll, please.
16.
Straight
so I'm not-
20, let's go.
So I'm not adding my dex, it's just a straight roll.
17.
Yep, just dex.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
17 for Cass.
Holy shit, that was a +0.
Ooh, you're lucky.
Oh, so are we
Finally.
adding our pluses?
Yeah, you're rolling a d20 and adding whatever your dex is.
Yeah, you had your dex.
I
I'm
just
just
got
going to
confused.
dex.
Yeah,
Sorry,
sorry.
I got confused when you said just roll straight. But so that's
roll
nine. So that's 19 for Kronk then.
Yep. How'd you do, Kale?
19.
So that's a group pass. Phelan is the first off. She doesn't run. She scrambles up onto the wall and seems to run across it, leaping from tree branch to tree branch, landing deftly in front of the door at the other end of the chamber. The rest of you just charge forwards, ducking around the vines as they gnash and grab, weaving between them until you reach the door, and then Kronk, go ahead and make me a might check to burst through.
Ooh. Might. Oh yeah, might is +5. Let's go. Oh, that's a 9. Shit.
9.
Can I help him?
Yeah, go
push
ahead.
this open?
Roll again, Kronk.
Yeah, you got advantage. I'll help marching him with you. We shoulder bash it
Oh,
together.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that 20.
Kronk
Let's
and
go!
Cass ram their shoulders into the heavy stone door that leads into the second chamber, and it gives, it creaks and bursts open, and you charge through just as the vines recede once more into the earth. And on the other side, I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
Shit.
Whoa, but isn't the
That's
consequences of our
a
actions?
6.
Ooh, one action for Kronk, still tired from bashing the door.
Yep.
13.
1 for me. 8.
Yep, so one action each for Cass and Kale. For Cass and Kronk. Kale, you get 2 actions, so you can go first as the door opens, revealing a wide open burial chamber. A massive tree has burst through the wall, dissecting the room, but in alcoves on each of the sides you can see the sarcophagi of the buried druids. What captures your immediate attention, however, is 4 pale-skinned zombies wandering aimlessly in the center
lovely.
of the room. Patches of mold and pollen caked to their skin. The former druids reanimated by whatever evil has awakened within the earth. So what do you do,
Hate
Kale?
zombies. I'd take aim at Pollen Zombie A and go for 3 damage with an arrow walloping.
Yeah, the arrow hits it in the arm, it staggers. You hear something crack, keeps coming, and it does not fall down.
I've lost my d6.
Over there.
So I'll just roll another one in the meantime. Disadvantage for 2 damage.
2 damage. Well, arrow walloping again.
Yeah.
This time you're lucky. The arrow strikes it in the left kneecap and it falls face first, head planting, smashing its face into the tiles, prone.
Nice. That's the end of my turn.
Alright. Kronk, you're up next.
Oh, I don't know what I could do with 1 turn.
Can move into position and that's about it, or you can stay where you are and wait for them to come to you, I think. To you.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just
All
ready
right.
myself up.
Just ready yourself with your axe. And Phelan's next. She rushes forwards, rolls an acrobatics check to scramble up the giant tree branch up onto the wall, and while perched up there, she rolls a stealth to hide. And then Cass, you're up.
All right. These look undead, yeah?
These are definitely undead.
Gotcha. So I'm just going to, as I see, the 2 arrows not really doing too much, I just look at Pollen Zombie and I say,
Please, for the love of God, stay down.
and I'm going to use a Searing Light, which is 2d8 damage.
Yep, and if you're doing it on the prone one, it is with advantage.
All right, so is that 3d8 then?
If it's 2d8, you roll 4d8, actually. So, yeah, 2d8 once and then 2d8 again. So the first roll is
Alright,
7,
so
and then you can go again. The second roll is much higher, by the looks, 13, so you can take that one.
Alright, cool. So 13 damage.
Yep, and these are undead, which I believe with this spell it means the damage is doubled.
No, it's just inflict will d8 radiant damage to undead.
Oh, yep, fair enough.
Yes, that's 13 damage.
You brandish the almighty symbol and a beam of radiant light surges forwards. The zombie flails and screams in the light. And when the light fades, it is still alive, feebly stirring. Alright, it is the enemy's turn. Pollen Zombie B rises to its feet, but cannot move any closer towards you. Pollen Zombie A groans and lurches forward, stepping over the crumbling masonry. And it's going to attack Kale, swinging its skeletal arms aimlessly towards you. That's going to be 6 points of damage, Kale. Do you take that or do you defend?
I take it.
And please make a strength save for me.
$14.
14. Ooh, it tries to grab you, pull you to the ground, but you kick it away and step back. The other 2 zombies at the back of the room...
I will be right back.
Yep. Sure. The other 2 zombies at the back of the room groan, lurching closer. but they're so slow, they won't reach you till next round. It is Kronk's turn. We'll go with Kronk first because Kale will be back.
Kronk will rage first off with a added 3 to his fury die.
Yep.
And I will use his ability because these zombies count as a construct, yeah?
Well, they're plant monsters for the purposes of Hugh. Yep, because they've got the plant growths on them.
All right, so that is 12 plus 3. That's 15 plus. That's all up. That is 16 damage on plant zombie A. Hello? Did we lose everyone?
Nope.
No. Went out. It's back though. Yep. You rush forwards and swing the axe. It cleaves through the zombie's ribs, snapping them like twigs, and the zombie falls to the ground. You think it's dead, but then it twitches and slowly rises again. Somehow still alive. What else would you like to do?
Yes, I'd like to roll to, smash it again. God,
all right.
God damn.
Disadvantage this time.
Alright. That's a 6 and a 4, and a 3 and a 3, so that's 6, 9, 11 damage.
As it rises, you raise the axe and bring it down, this time aiming for the zombie's head, cleaving the skull, killing it for good.
Oh yeah.
One more action, Kronk. What would you like to do?
No, that was all 3. I raged.
Oh, that was all 3? Oh, that's right, you did rage. Alright. We will go with Phelan next, hiding up in the trees. You see her unsheath a dagger. She creeps closer, running along the tree branch, and hurls a dagger, burying it in the chin bone of the zombie beneath her. There's a loud crack, but he still keeps coming. Alright, Cass, you're up.
Alrighty. I'm just gonna look. That took a bit. So we got 3 actions again, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. I'm going to take I'm going to spend 1 movement to get to here. I'm then going to use... Actually, I'm going to... 1 more. I'm going to then spend my next 2 actions to basically grab my symbol of the Almighty around my chest. I'm like, you're not listening to me right now, but you're gonna have to. And I cast Shadow Trap.
Ooh, please, for the chat and all of us, read what that does.
Alright, so I concentrate for up to 1 minute. While active, the next creature that moves to a space adjacent to me immediately suffers 3d12 necrotic damage.
Yep.
If that creature is small or tiny, it's also restrained by shadowy tendrils for as long as you maintain concentration or until it succeeds an escape attempt. When the creature escapes, it takes an additional 3d12 necrotic damage.
So guess what, Cass? As you rush into the chamber, the great tree that's broken through the wall to the right shudders, and the bark of the... We don't need that music. Thank you, Jenku. The bark on the tree trunk begins to unfurl, revealing 4 Briarbane minions, their tiny bodies looking like twig effigies. And they charge as soon as they free themselves, and minions A and B rush straight towards you, Cass, triggering the shadow trap.
Alright, 3d12. Very low, damn it, 14.
These are just minions, though.
14's nothing to sniff at.
Your shadow cast in the dim sunlight seems to enlarge and extending longer and longer, and it just reaches out and with its hands grabs each of the minions, pulls them to the ground and deep into the earth. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Cass?
I'm out of action, so at
Yeah.
this point, nah, I'm good.
All right, Kale, you're up.
I
If you're back.
don't.
Yeah, I'm back.
There we go.
I take aim at Pollen Zombie D
Yep.
and hit him for 5 damage with an arrow of walloping.
Yep.
And I
He
still have
staggers
more
but
left.
does not fall down. He staggers but he does not fall. He groans and keeps coming.
I mark him with a hunter's mark and do the same again.
Go ahead.
And hit him for 4 damage.
Your arrow strikes him right in the sternum and bounces off, leaving a crack in his bone. Somehow, he does not fall down from the impact.
Oh, the love of shit.
It's now the enemy's turn. Briarbane minions C and D rush forwards. There's 2 loud pops as the seeds are loosed. One at Kronk, one at Kale. Kale, the seed strikes you for 13 points of damage.
No, I'm armoring.
Go ahead, subtract your armor from that 13.
I'm taking 5 off of that, and I'm just gonna take the 8.
8, better
Wait,
than
8, yeah. 8.
better, yeah, better than 13. Rather than hitting you in the head, you duck at the last second and take it to the shoulder instead. Briarbane Minion D's seed hits Kronk for 11 points of damage.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Zombies groan, lurching forwards. Pollen Zombie C lurches towards Kale, reaches out to grab him. Kale, that will be 11 points of damage.
Me.
And I'd like you to make a strength save for me, please.
$13.
13. Ooh. As it reaches out to grab you, you whack at it with your bow, using it like a stick to push it away. It stumbles backwards, and you aren't grappled. Pollen Zombies D and B lurch forwards towards you, Cass, both of them going for you at the same time. Is your trap still active?
I believe once the trap has been sprung, it doesn't really say if it's like it keeps up. It's just
Yeah.
concentration for up to 1 minute.
Concentration.
What's the
Alright.
Nimble rules for downing?
For downing, if
Yeah,
you're
I'm down to a single point. Is that downed or?
No. As long as
No,
you have 1
that's
HP,
just-
you're fine.
right.
But if you lose that point, you take a wound. Let me know when that happens. Let me just quickly check the spells. That's a necrotic spell, am I right? Shadow Trap?
I just sent you the spell.
yeah.
DMs, if
I'm
that
gonna rule that once that's been triggered, it needs to be cast again.
Yep, gotcha.
So, Cass, those 2 zombies reach out to grab you. The first one, D, deals 7 points of damage.
Yep, I'll take that on the chin.
Yep, go ahead, make me a strength save, please.
Alright, strength save 16.
You're safe. He tries to pull you to the ground, but your armor is way too heavy. The second zombie, though, takes this opportunity to lunge towards you, dealing 6 points of damage.
I will take that again on the chin, and another strength save it is.
Another strength save, please.
12.
12. You only need 10 to pass. You're fine. You kick it away and remain on your feet. We go to Phelan first. She creeps forwards, pulls out her dagger, and flings it down towards the zombie in front of you. The dagger lands in the zombie's neck. It gasps and falls to the ground, dead. And as it falls, a giant puff of pollen fills the air around it. Cass, I would like you to please go ahead and make a strength save again, please.
Other toxic
Seven.
chemical warfare.
The ash fills your lungs, you double over coughing, and you gain disadvantage on your next attack roll.
And is it? Does it count as disease? Does it count as disease by any chance? Just double checking.
Actually, that's a good point. You don't technically breathe, do you?
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing happens.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
That will be revealed in due course. You see this cloud of dust, and anyone in that would be blinded. They'd be doubled over coughing, but Cass just stands there, unfazed. And we go to Kronk.
Alright, first off, another Fury die for the Kronk. What the hell's my D?
All that hears through the ether from another universe is, we get it, you vape.
That is a 4 for damage dice, so Kronk will go to number G. No one hurts my stinky forest friend. And he uses Hugh's ability for max damage, so that's 12, 14, 17, 19 damage on zombie G.
You rush forwards and bring the axe down, vertically bisecting the zombie.
No, I got you.
And as you bisect it, the cloud of dust bursts forth, and I'd like Kale and Kronk to make strength saves, please.
That is a 16 for Kronk.
That is a natural 1 for Kale.
Ooh.
Kronk, you don't even seem to notice. You're already charging to the next enemy, but Kale, your lungs are filled with dust, and you can't see anything. You just double over. You gain disadvantage on your next attack roll. Kronk, what else would you like to do?
Rage on zombie D.
Yeah, rush right up to him and...
Disadvantage, so that's a 1 and a 5, so 6. And... Okay, so that's 6 plus 3, that's 9 plus... Hold on. Calculation time. What did I say? 9 plus 4 plus 2. Oh, fuck's sake. 9, 4 plus 2. 13 damage.
13 damage. Rush forwards and swing the axe, striking the zombie with such force that you fling it across the room and it lands crack against a broken pillar. A cloud of dust is expelled, but you're far enough away that you don't have to worry. And then we go to Kale. You're up.
No, I'm very much not.
You're coughing and you're very wounded, but you're still fighting.
You have a health potion, don't you?
I have 2 health potions. I'm going to take one of them.
Yep, there's an action. Glug it down, you uncork it.
I'm trying to get my D4 out. 6. 2, I get 8 health points back. Nice.
Definitely better than you were before.
Yeah.
Now you've got 2 actions, and there's 2 enemies. You have
I've
disadvantage,
I've got 1 action, haven't I? Because I defended against an attack.
Ah, yes, correct. Yes.
So, I'm gonna aim an arrow of walloping at the Briarbane minion C.
Yep, go ahead. Roll with disadvantage. It is a minion.
Zoomed in a bit too far and didn't see there was 2 of them. And hit it for 6 damage.
Nice. The arrow
And I still
slams
have arrows of
into it.
walloping left.
The arrow slams into it, and the force of the arrow of walloping deconstructs its body. It turns into a pile of twigs before your eyes and scatters in a myriad of directions. And then the last one that's left, Phelan leaps down onto the tiles. She rushes forwards, pulls out her short sword, and slices its head off. And then all is quiet once more.
Kronk turns to Cass. Don't you run from me, boy. Don't you run from me.
No.
Still coming down from the raging Cass. I think you got some explaining to do.
You just look over. Like, his eye, there's less luster in them than normal. He's just very straight to the point almost. His face is just not as like cheerful and as like, you know, upbeat as he has been a few times before. He looks very like almost not probably along the lines of being disillusioned. And he's, you know, his messy hair sort of framing his face, looks over, it's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
and he'll just start walking over to start treating Kale's injuries.
Yeah.
The rage hands are going, okay, you say it's nothing. You're still Kronk's friend.
I'm gonna pop 2 heals on Kale.
Yeah, he probably needs them.
Alright. Kale gets 10 HP back.
Hey.
Yay!
Bruises and cuts seal before your eyes, and Kale, you feel the strength returning to your body. You cough one last time.
I don't feel a day over 60.
Phelan calls from the opposite end of the room. Hey, you guys, something over here. She stands in front of a set of double stone doors at the opposite end of the vast chamber, where runes are inlaid.
I'm coming, pretty lady.
You
Do you think he's gonna be terribly annoyed when he finds out there's no pretty ladies in here?
Well, they might have been pretty. They're not pretty anymore.
Yeah, I don't think there's been a pretty lady in here for quite a while.
Are you calling Phelan not pretty?
I mean, she's a kobold currently, so
At the moment.
you know.
I mean, at the
some
moment she's a
people-
kobold. I'm questioning calling her a lady.
Excuse
Yeah,
me,
I don't know
lizard
if-
folk.
I don't know if Phelan transformed to a male or a female kobold, so I don't know.
It's all the same in the eyes of lizard and dragon folk.
She gestures towards
We're
the
not
door.
lizard or dragon folk.
Yeah, but you're
Speak
also
for
not
yourself.
ladies.
Exactly. So how can we tell if she's a lady, lizard or dragon folk or not? We're not lizards or dragon folk.
Believe me, Krunk can tell.
She gestures towards the door. There's some sort of mechanism here. She points at it, and indeed, inlaid into the stone door, you see 4 buttons, each carved with a different animal. A snake, a rat, an owl, and an insect. She leans forwards and uses her dagger to cut some moss away from the door, revealing the runes underneath, and reads them out loud to the party. All have a place in the chain of life. And the buttons underneath: snake, owl, rat, insect.
Alright, can I want to use so dumb I'm smart sometimes because I feel like I feel like I've already solved this. Maybe.
Go ahead and make me a let's see which skill would be appropriate. Go ahead and make me a law check, please.
Okay, law
Which is
is
intelligence based, of course.
Yep. So that means I get to re-roll that. So that was a 6.
Yep.
And that was a 15.
15. You listen to her read the runes over and over. All have a place in the chain of life, and you notice that under the moss you can just make out motifs of a circle engraved into the door. Seems that they're to be pressed in a certain order,
An order that represents, ostensibly, the chain of life, whatever that is.
Wouldn't I know this already from the information that the druid gave me?
She didn't mention anything like this.
Owl, snake, rat, insects in that order.
Owl, snake, rat, insect?
Yeah, because the owl eats the snake eats the rat eats the insect.
You all hold your breaths. Phelan physically recoils and steps back as Kronk just steps forwards and smashes his palm into the buttons one by one. The door shudders and shakes and slowly opens, revealing Archdruid's chamber on the other side. On the other side of the door, a staircase descends into an open, square-shaped room. This room is bathed in crimson sunlight, and at the back of the room, in pride of place, watching over everything else, is a large stone sarcophagus, presumably the resting place of the Archdruid.
God, the door's open. You can come in now. Phelan, don't run from Kronk anymore.
Phelan just nods. She's still keeping a distance as she creeps up behind the rest of you. Kronk descends the stairs first and makes his way into the chamber. Nothing jumps out at him. The chamber seems to be devoid of life. No signs of movement, not even from the vines and branches grasping the walls and mosaics on either side. Ale, I see you're the one approaching the sarcophagus. As you approach it, you see what must surely be the Archdruid's amulet. In pride of place, inserted in a slot at the head of the sarcophagus lid, a bright yellow gem inlaid around silver chains, glowing so brilliantly that even covered in dust and grime of ages, it's the brightest thing in the room.
Right. I go up and inspect it.
Make me either an Arcana or Naturecraft check.
That would be a...
Thanks, Kenku. Go ahead.
Plus... that would be a 17 on Naturecraft.
17. You notice that the gem, as it glows, it's almost like it flickers, dims, brightens, as if there's a flame within the stone, dying, like a dying candle. You can feel the magic emanating from it from here, but there's a nearly imperceptible sense of malice that you're detecting as well.
Is everything okay?
Something doesn't feel right.
It's okay. There's not to be. We just need to grab the amulet and go.
So is the amulet on the sarcophagus or in?
Yeah, it's just in it's just inserted in a little groove. It doesn't look like there's anything actually locking it into place. You could just pull it out if you want.
Yeah, without thinking, Krunk grabs it.
No, I smack his hand with my bow.
Yep, knocking it out of the way. Kale, go ahead and roll a dex check. Kronk, roll a strength check.
That is a 15 for my strength.
I got a 14 for dex.
You reach out and lash at his hand with your bow, and you do succeed in knocking his hand back, but not before his thumb leaves a big thumbprint on the side of the gem, knocking it slightly ajar.
And that's all that's required. The sarcophagus rumbles, groans, and then a great wail fills the chamber. No! No!
Yeah.
Thanks, Crunk.
And I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
That is a 19 for
Feet
Kronk.
first into the wood chipper Kronk goes.
Kronk likes opening doors.
Yeah.
I got an 11 for initiative.
I got
11.
a 5.
So 2 for Kale and Kronk, 1 for Cass. But Cass, I see you're sheltering behind the tree trunk at the south end of the room.
Yeah,
Phelan is
I
standing
was
next
just
to you.
waiting. Yeah, I was just sitting down at the corner, just watching this all fucking unfold.
The stone sarcophagus lid is flung across the room with great force as the skeleton of the Archdruid rises, his skull contorted in an expression of pain, his body puppeted by writhing vines. And Kronk, you're the one who awakened him, so you get to go first.
Do I notice that he's writhing in pain?
You can make a perception check if you like.
What is my perception? That is a flat 16.
Yeah, you notice that his jaw is awkward. It's dislodged, angled to the side as a vine has forced itself through his mouth and down his throat.
To talk is a free action, or do I need to take a turn for it?
Talking is a free action.
Okay, Kronk wants to see if he can respond.
You okay? You look like you're in a bit of pain. Can we help at all?
Make me an influence check with disadvantage, please.
What's influence under? Oh, 0. Okay. That is a 17 and that lands it on its side. 17 and a 16.
The druid raises his staff, and then he pauses, he shakes, trembles on the spot as if he's fighting. He groans. No! What else would you like to do, Kronk?
Do I see these, I'm just assuming these vines are, moving around inside the mouth and around his body?
Yep, they're twisting through his rib cage, they're moving, they seem to be actively puppeting him.
Can I try to rip them off?
You can try. Go ahead and make me a might check, please.
That is a dirty 20.
Ooh. You rush forwards, grab hold of the vine and pull, and there's a loud snap. You rip a length of vine away. A sizable length of vine, but there's still plenty more. The druid screams. Cut them! Cut them away! And that's your turn, Kronk. We go to Kale.
Wait, I had 2.
Yeah, sorry, you have one more. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to use Hugh's action, please, to cut the vines, the ones that are not, directly near his skin.
Yep. So there are 2 ways you can do this. You can just go ahead and do maximum damage, or if you want to be extra sure that you don't hit him, I would like you to make a finesse check, please.
Ooh, finesse. I got +2 in finesse. Okay, yeah, I'll try finesse.
You may make it with advantage because you're invoking Hugh's ability.
Excellent. Okay, that is a 15. Thank you for the advantage, because that was a 1.
You leap forwards and bring Hugh down, and the vine that's wrapped around his right arm drops to the ground. He screams, but then the vines surge forwards, wrapping even tighter around him, and he lurches forwards, ready to attack you.
I just yell out to the rest of the party.
Don't hurt the druid. Get the vines that surround him.
Before we go to Kale, though, he is a boss, so he does get to do a legendary action. One of the vines lashes out at you, Kronk, and it deals 10 points of damage.
Alrighty ho. Oh shit. Yep.
Do you take or are you going to defend?
Yeah, screw it. Yeah, we'll defend that. So that is 9.
9. The thick vine slaps you across the face, stunning you. You are dazed, and you can perform 1 less action on your next turn. So you only get 1 action back. And we go to Kale.
Do we have a Kale?
I use my dagger and start hacking away at the vines on his other arm.
Yep, go ahead. Make me a finesse roll, please.
Natural 20 for finesse.
Ooh, well done. The dagger cuts
Come on, dagger.
like a machete. His arm is almost entirely free now, but as you cut, you peer through his open rib cage, and there is just a mass of vines in there, like a den of snakes, crisscrossing, curling, twisting over each other. As you cut the vines away, another one surges out to take its place. But you've made decent progress. What would you like to do for your second action?
I'd say try get the vine out of his mouth.
Yeah, alright. Go do what Kronk suggested. Try and pull direct and hack directly on the vine in his gob.
Alright, make me a might check in this case, with disadvantage, because his mouth is hard to... You can roll finesse if you want, actually, but with disadvantage.
I'll do might. Fine. Disadvantage was an 8.
8.
Ooh.
You reach for the vine in his mouth, but his arm lifts up his staff and hits you with the butt of it, knocking you away. And then as your turn is done, the skeleton druid slams his staff on the ground, and he casts Razor Wind. Sharp winds buffet the room, striking Kale and Kronk for 4 points of damage each. And then we go to Cass.
Alright. I have an idea.
Go on.
So, okay. How many actions would it require me to get a vial of pitch out, apply it to my sword, and then light it up with a torch?
I would say you can spend your whole turn this round doing that.
Alright, I just see all the plant matter just rising inside him. I'm like, I wonder. And I pull out the pitch, I slather over, very sticky and viscous, black liquid. I then grab a torch out, quickly light it, and then set the sword ablaze.
Ready for next turn. At the end of your turn, the skeleton druid lurches forward, screaming all the while. "Ah! Ah!" He staggers past Kale and Kronk, and if you like, you can choose to make an attack of opportunity against him as a reaction.
Yeah, I'll take a opportunity against the vines.
Alright. Go ahead, roll your damage.
That is a 6, 4, 11, 12 damage.
As he staggers past, you swing your axe into his ribcage, and length of vine drops to the ground. He continues staggering. He locks his eyes on you, Cass, with the flaming sword. He raises his staff, and there's a loud crack, and a barrier of wind fills the room, forming a tornado around his body.
Oh.
Well, this got more difficult.
It's Phelan's turn. She takes one look at you, Cass, and then she jumps up onto the hanging tree branch, scrambles up it onto the wall, and hides there, waiting for next round. And at the end of her turn, the druid slams his staff into the ground again, and he casts Razor Wind. The tornado roars, and a gust of wind slashes you, Cass, for 3 points of damage.
I'll take that on the chin.
And then we go back to Kronk.
Alright. I only got one turn.
Yep, because you're
Wait.
dazed, unfortunately.
Like, oh yeah, and I defended with so I'm just gonna run up and going,
Do it! You gotta do it! You gotta fight! You can do this! Come on!
and I just keep trying to shout inspirational to words to help the druid fight whatever's happening and controlling them.
Make me an influence check with disadvantage, please.
Alright. 15 and a... No. The one time I needed nat 20, so that was a 15.
Ooh, 15. He pauses for a moment and screams, looks at you, locks eyes with you, or where his eyes would be if he still had them. And he's fighting, you can tell he's fighting, and the next attempt someone makes to attack the vines will gain advantage in his hesitation. At the end of your turn, he slams his staff into the ground and uses a mana to cast Blustery Gale. The tornado around him roars and buffets you, Kronk. You take 12 points of damage. And you are flung... Go ahead. Are you still up?
Can I defend more than once?
No, only once. But if you do, if you're raging, you can use your that all you got.
No,
I'm not.
I'm not raging though, so I am down.
You are down. You are flung 2 spaces away. Crumpled on the floor. Kronk is wounded. So Kronk, you have 1 wound, but don't worry, you're not dead. You can still fight. You're on death's door though. Alright, we go to Kale.
I take aim with an arrow of walloping directly at the mass of vines in the druid's ribcage, and I just let loose an arrow.
Yep, as you do that, he uses a reaction. He slams his staff, and the barrier of wind around him roars to life. Roll with disadvantage.
Can I just use that to negate my advantage?
Yeah, if you want. Yep.
5 damage.
Ooh. He's going to roll.
And I've still got arrows of walloping.
He fails his save. The arrow slams into the gap between 2 ribs, and the vines writhe. The force strips one of the vines right out, and the skeleton druid topples to the ground, struggling to climb back to his feet. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Kale? Or is that your turn?
Yeah, I mark another vine with a hunter's mark and do it again.
You loose, go ahead, roll with
6
advantage.
damage.
You can't 6 damage. He's already on the ground. The walloping arrow hits a vine as it snakes along the ground towards Kronk. It hisses and retracts back into the skeleton's body.
That's the end of my turn.
He cannot take a legendary action as he is prone.
Oh yeah.
So we go to Cass.
He's in the prone zone.
I will first, as I'm going to walk up to the druid. On my way, I am going to use my Searing Light to heal Kronk since he can is a dying creature, right?
Yep. Get him back on his feet.
So 2 will D8. So let's heal you for 2D8 there, good sir.
Excellent, thank you.
Damn, only 4, but you're up.
Oh, 4 still good.
You're still wounded though, Kronk, but you're no longer downed.
And then with the flaming sword, I slam it down into, like, somewhere between the ribs, as close to the biggest cluster of plant matter I can find in him. And I'm like,
Let's keep you locked down there for a while.
and I'm just gonna drive it down as far as I can to the ground to see if I can pin him there.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me a might check with advantage since you've got the flaming sword.
Dirty 20.
He screams. "Ah! Ah!" The vines reach out. They try to grab the blade, but they're singed. They pull back, and then you plunge it down like a stake into the chest of a vampire, right into the mass. The skeleton shakes, trembles. The druid screams, fights with all his might as you push the blade deeper and deeper, and then the vines surge forwards, expelling the blade, ripping it out. You stumble backwards from the force as the skeleton climbs to his feet, but it is clear that you've done some damage. There's only a couple vines left clinging to his chest cavity as he moves now, staggers towards you. It's less stable. The vines trying their hardest to puppet him, but it's almost like they're starting to lose as the druid fights with all his will. The vine reaches out towards you, Cass. It lashes you across the face.
Shoot him? Can I react and shoot it as he's doing that after Cass has stabbed it and weakened it so much?
Yeah, since you've justified it with that, I'll let you do it. Go ahead, roll with
well done.
disadvantage, though, since he is lashing out as you do this.
Yeah, fair enough. He takes 4 damage from a
4
walloping
damage.
arrow.
He passes the save, but I will say the force of the walloping arrow knocks the vine off course, meaning he's going to roll with disadvantage to hit Cass.
Oh, done.
So Cass, instead of 16 damage, that is 10 damage.
Oof, that's
Holy fuck. I'm actually, for once, I'm going to defend. I'm going to use my reaction to defend it.
Yeah.
That would 10 damage would have taken me down to 0, so I'll defend, so 6 armor.
Whack! The vine strikes you right in the sternum, winding you. You are dazed and can take 1 less action next round. It's Phelan's turn. She creeps forwards, unslings her dagger, and hurls it down towards the skeleton druid, and wow, despite rolling with disadvantage, she got 1 on both of them. Misses. She pulls out a second dagger, hurls it, and the dagger buries itself in the vine, slicing a length of vine away. He's nearly done. And we go to Kronk.
This time, Kronk will rage with a 4 on the damage die. Okay, and go up to the druid and go, "This is enough!" And I bury my hands in, trying to rip out all of the rest of the vines with barbarian might.
Yeah, go ahead. Make me a might check, please.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, that is a 16.
Plunge your hands into his chest cavity, grab hold of the vines, and you pull, groaning. And they're pulling, they're extending like rubber bands. And then snap! With a loud snap, they break and you are flung across the room. Oof! With a painful thud, you hit the stone sarcophagus. But that's the last of the vines. The skeleton druid, now standing under his own power, peers over at you, eyeless sockets, spying the heroes that have saved him. He opens his jaw to say something. Thank you. Now, save the land. And then the skeleton topples to the floor, inert.
Crank still feels
I
good about
grab
this.
I grab the medallion.
You grab the medallion before anything else can happen.
Yeah, and
Phelan
then
standing.
I just look at Kronk and just like pointing a finger and go, look with your eyes.
But it was so shiny. And look what we did. We saved someone. Oh, the man was still dead, but we saved their soul.
I point to the crumpled corpse in front of us, like, you call this saving?
I said we saved his soul. Ah!
Calm your tits, big boy.
Ah!
If that's
Phelan's. Go ahead, Cass.
I was just going he mutters to himself like, is that really what we're doing? And he's just going to pick up the bones and whatever's left of the body and try and put them back in the tomb.
Carefully lift them up, carry them to the sarcophagus, which is now empty. Lay them down, and whisper a quick prayer. The skeleton seems to be at rest, disturbed no more. Phelan stands at the stairway which leads out of the room. Let's get out of here, guys, she says, before anything else wakes up.
Okay, pretty lady. I help save you.
So you rush after her, sprinting back through the tomb. As you charge through the stone archway out into the foothills, the sky above is deep purple. Night is about to fall. By the time you get back to Liriel's cabin, it's nearly midnight. The sky above is inky black, dotted with stars. The moon is full. But with the Archdruid put to rest, the atmosphere on the way back is noticeably different. It's quieter, more serene. It's almost as if the land itself can tell that you have done it a great boon. The druid is waiting for you when you return. A great bonfire set up at the foot of the hill where her cabin is. Wordlessly, she takes the amulet from Kale, unfurls the silver chain, and slides it around her neck.
I
Thank
explained to her as well that instead of full on killing, I guess, we ended up setting the druid soul free.
Laying him back to rest.
Yeah.
I could feel the land weep, she says, staring intently into the bonfire. I could hear the cry of his spirit as it flew free like an eagle. And look, she gestures towards the gem. The flickering, dying candle within it now reflects the flame of the bonfire, the gem as brilliant as the flames themselves. I must wear this and meditate on it until morning. That should purify the land. That should... She frowns. It will buy us some time. Whatever is awakening spells doom for this valley and the people within it. And it will awaken. It will awaken given time, but this should bolster the enchantments just enough that the seeds cannot sprout until whatever serves this great evil has completed the infernal task that has been given to it. Only then will the seeds sprout. The enchantments will hold, and you will have enough time to find it and stop it for good. At this, Phelan nudges you, Kale, an elbow in your ribcage. She leans forwards and whispers in your ear, "The seeds!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hand over the seeds to the druid and ask for any information and explain to her where we got them from and what they were doing, and yeah.
Liriel takes them, holds out her hand and accepts them, and she glances at them for only a second before, with a great look of disgust on her face, she throws them into the bonfire, where they loudly pop and crack as they're burnt away. "The Death Briar," she says, utter venom coating the word. Death Briar, spawn of the Dark Mother, one of its 1,000 young. The Briarbane are its spawn, and by now they will have laid these seeds everywhere they have walked, everywhere the Death Briar's influence has been spread. But the Death Briar does not have the intelligence to spread evil on its own. The Death Briar is mindless, is driven only by an insatiable hunger.
Kronk.
Yes?
Hello?
Just saying that sounds like Kronk.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, so Kronk.
Yeah.
What?
Kronk's just off with the fairy go, and it just hears his name.
Huh? What?
Nothing.
Okay.
You found these seeds in the village of Merrivale, you said. Under the old
less
mill?
Found and more were given.
They were implanted into the boy that was attacked by the Briarbanes, dragged into the tomb underneath the old mill.
Yeah.
She frowns. The Briarbanes dragging a sacrifice down into the tomb of the Burkle clan. To the tomb of those who once fought against the Dark Mother. And on the same night, the Deathbriar drove the bear and the Briarbanes here to attack me, the last of the Greenwhisper circle, and corrupted the tomb of the Archdruid. The Archdruid of the circle who eons ago consecrated this land and sealed the Dark Mother away. The Deathbriar seeks to remove all obstacles to the return of that which spawned it, but the Deathbriar cannot act alone. It is mindless, driven only by hunger. At this she glances once more at Kronk. Somebody is controlling the Deathbriar. Somebody has brought it to life, fed it, caused it to grow, and is using it to carry out their bidding. Whether or not they seek to revive the Dark Mother, I cannot be sure. But somebody is using the Deathbriar to work towards terrible ends.
Any idea who?
Shakes her head. Cannot rightly say. Whoever they are, they must be powerful. Powerful or very stupid. A Deathbriar is a terrible thing. Not just anybody can control a Deathbriar. Even the most learned of druids would think twice before attempting to even hatch one of those seeds. A wizard, perhaps. Someone with great power. Or someone who does not know what they have gotten themselves into. Go ahead, Cass.
He's gonna walk up.
This might be a long shot. Know of anyone maybe named Azrael, something along those lines? Anything that might help?
Alf's mouth drops open, her bottom lip trembles. You see a single drop of sweat run down her brow. She gazes at you with those deep amber eyes. Azrael, she says. I've heard that name before. It was passed down through generations of the circle, but the wisdom is lost. I don't know how it fits in, but when the Dark Mother rose and tried to swallow this valley, it whispered the name Azrael. That's all I can tell you. I apologize.
You can just visibly see Cass's gauntleted hand just curl up. You can hear almost like the metal buckling.
Thank you for the information. I need to go for a walk.
Cass is just going to walk outside and just pace the area.
I will meditate for the rest of this night, ensure that the Archdruid's will passes through the flames of the bonfire and into the land, she says. Feel free to make yourselves at home in the cabin. I don't have much. I only have one bed, but I'm sure sleeping under a roof on the floorboards sure beats sleeping in the dirt. You can make yourself something to eat in there as well. And Kale.
Crunk just goes to the bonfire and starts cooking the remainder of the goblin leg he has.
The elf just sort of looks at you with a look of disgust and then composes herself, shakes her head, turns to Kale. And Kale, son of the forest, to you, as promised, wisdom of the circle. She points to the cabin. Look under my bed. There is a wooden foot locker. You may take one object from within, the spell book or the shield. One or the other.
Okay.
Gift from the circle to you. And then she closes her eyes, bows her head, and begins to meditate. Just as she says, Kale, there is a small footlocker under the bed. You pull it out, it's not even locked. Prop it open, and as she said, there are two things inside. A spell book, though it's less of a book and more a jumble of scraps of parchment bound together with twine, wrapped in great leaves. And a shield, but again, it's not much of a shield. It's like a patch of bark, roughly the size of a buckler. There doesn't even seem to be a strap or anything that you would use to attach it to your arm, but both of the objects, it is obvious to you, are pulsing with magical energy.
I'm more intrigued by the spellbook.
Spellbook. Unfurl the leaves.
I'm more intrigued by the spellbook.
You unfurl the leaves. You take a look at the scraps of parchment stored within. There's runes on them. Gibberish runes. Or at least at first they're gibberish. You lay your eyes on them and the blessing of the circle imparted to you, they begin to twist on the page, make sense, change into words. And just by glancing at the scraps of paper, the runes themselves embed themselves in your mind. And you unlock a special class feature, Blessing of the Elderwild. Your time in the Elderwild has caused you to be marked by nature, and the essence of the forest flows through you. You now know wind cantrips, tier 1 wind spells, and gain a mana pool. The mana pool is equal to your wisdom plus level, and recharges on a safe rest. You learn new tiers of spells every second level up to a maximum of tier 5, level 4, tier 2, level 6, tier 3, level 8, tier 4, level 10, tier 5. And with that, we'll end tonight's session. With the Archdruid once more returned to peaceful rest, and with reassurances that the enchantments of the Greenwhisper Circle will hold, that the Deathbriar's seeds will be rendered inert, at least for now. You have a goal in mind, an objective. Next stop, the abandoned mines, to find out what the goblins have to do with the Deathbriar and how to put a stop to it before it awakens and brings chaos to Merrivale. This has been Dice of the Dead, and I hope you'll join us again next time when the dice decide who lives and who dies.
This was Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Dice of the Dead actual play, with DG as DM, Sabaton Liam, Arch as Apothecary, Sebi the Vamp, and Seraphina as players. Music by Troika Games. Game design by Evan Diaz.